Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to our Final Fantasy, I say our, but my Final Fantasy Ironman run. Which, as you know, when the characters die, they're dead forever. Too bad, so sad. Shed a tear. Jean bit the big one in the last episode. Lee's kind of the anchor of the team right now, and we're going to see just how far I can make it. Now, it's going to probably require a little bit more grinding. I also probably have to go buy other spells, too, because I didn't buy any other spell. I didn't buy white spells for the red mage, and I didn't buy other black mage spells. Oh, good. 2 ogres, because that's exactly what a growing party needs, is to get clubbed in the face. And yes, I will also put the warning, because the photosensitivity warning is kind of like it should be a guaranteed thing for this game. I mean, you can see how it does that, and people that are epileptic don't need to be subjected to that. They just don't. Actually, we should go back. Don't you dare. Don't you dare kill Chip. You kind of need him. He's very important. Without a black mage, this game gets infinitely harder. And that's the thing. I'm still open to suggestion in the comments about what party I should run next time, if this party dies. Well, like I said before, I still have all the accoutrements of my cartridge. I just haven't found the cartridge. I have no NES in which to play it on, so I play it via emulator. And I still haven't taken the time to go dig out the cartridge, but oh my god, that's expensive. Yeah. That's gonna stay there. For that price? Yes, it is. Should I get a new weapon, though? For Chip? I don't think he can use the iron staff. Let me double check that. Where are you? I'm consulting the old style thing. Let's see. I need weapons, not armor. Weapon. Black mage. Use a small dagger, a wooden staff, a large dagger, a silver knife, a power staff, a mage staff, and Masamune. I'm gonna go with a large knife. Not that he's gonna really use it. What about the red mage? There's a saber. Can he use a saber? Yes, he can. Can he use a silver sword? Also, yes. I don't have the money for a silver sword, but I have the money for a saber. Is he using a saber, though? He's using a scimitar. We'll get rid of the scimitar, and we'll buy a saber. And we're going to give that the old Fredward. We're going to sell Chip's wooden staff for 5. And we're going to buy him a large knife. Now I gotta remember to equip them. I remember the last time I forgot to equip the weapons, and it kind of went south. And for those that didn't watch the first episode, if you're wondering why Lee doesn't have any weapons, Lee also doesn't have any armor. Because, as you will learn, he does better after a few levels without them. Wow. But what I'm hearing is a saber's a better idea than what I thought. Fire! I love how the spells are just... That was a crit. That had to have been a crit. The spells are just very, like, fire, ice, lit for lightning. And that was it. Like, just straightforward. These are your spells. I know, limitations on text, but I find that very comical, you know what I mean? It's got that bit of a charm to it. And it's a charm newer games lack. And it's... Maybe I'm impartial to it. That's not good. That's a very bad thing. Good. Terminated. Got 2 of them, that's good. Okay, so you have to start killing off other targets. You have to cure Lee, because Lee's going to be in trouble if you do not. He needs to get his evasion up a little bit more. There we go. There we go. Okay, that one landed. That's something that, like, games like this have a charm to them that modern games don't really pick up on, right? And it's kind of sad because you see modern games and you think, man, if that game was only like insert older game, it would be absolutely banging, right? And I don't know why companies and other people just, I don't get why they do that. They take a look at something and they're like, well, it could be good, but we're gonna make it less good than we actually can. It's like James May did the whole taste the difference cheese when referring to a Ferrari, right? And I said, well, no, James, that's a Ferrari. It's not cheese. And he goes, I know that's not cheese, but it's an analogy. He's just like, why would they make the vehicle less good than they could? He's like, they're just going to bring out a new one, slap Taste the Difference cheese on it, or Taste the Difference on it, and sell it in Sainsbury's. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, he's got a point. And his car companies aren't the only ones that do this. Like, everybody does this. Car companies, every company does this. And it really makes you wonder. Like, why do they do that? Why do they make things less good? Okay, they are wearing gloves. I wonder what the armor is over here, though. Anyway, we'll find out. So why do they do that? Like, video game companies are very pernicious about it. Ooh, copper. Cap. Wait. Can the red mage wear the wooden helmet? No, he cannot. The ninja can, not that it matters. He can wear the gloves. Can he wear the cap? Yes, he can. So can the black mage. So we're gonna grab 2 of those. Like, for example, let's take a look at, say, Blizzard. Blizzard is coming out with a new... rumored, and I have to kind of emphasize that it's a rumored. I saw it on Dexerto earlier on Twitter. And they're rumored to be bringing out a new third-person StarCraft shooter game. And it may or may not show up at BlizzCon, and I'm sitting there going, okay, so you're making StarCraft Ghost. Effectively. Oh, good, poison. I gotta go back and finish that up. Wait, before I take any steps anywhere, I have a tent. That's the most annoying sound. You remember that, right? From Dumb and Dumber? Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? This would be it. The whole poison sound in Final Fantasy 1. Which does not end, no matter what you do, until you cure them of poison over here. I'm gonna have to carry a lot of those. Give me a couple of them. You know what? I'm gonna take one more. No, I'm not, because I have to pay 100 to go sleep at the inn. And he's already at 1 HP. They can't die from poison. That's a plus. The downside is it's always going to drop them to 1. So, you're just kind of screwed there. But no, Blizzard is saying, rumor, that they're making another shooter, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, so, what haven't you guys learned? You tried it with Overwatch, but it didn't go very well. And now you're like, well, it's because they didn't have the StarCraft branding on it. No, that's not it. It's because Overwatch is nothing more than like a half-baked Team Fortress 2. That's why it didn't go anywhere. I was gonna say, don't you dare poison me again. And that's the long and the short of it. That's exactly what it is. It's kind of like a half-baked Team Fortress 2. And that's why it didn't go anywhere. All right. Now, I'm sure it had its heyday when it first came out, and people really loved it, but it died off really. Oh, great, poisoned. Kill it with fire. Hopefully he's the only one that gets poisoned, because I have a pure that's on me. Do not hit other people. Just keep hitting Lee. Don't worry too much about the damage. Just keep hitting Lee. Don't. That's fine. Hit him. You can hit him all you want. He's a strong lad. He can take it. One down. Great. I knew it. I knew it. I knew I wasn't going to be able to get away with only one being poisoned. I can't have him in the lead. We're gonna have Lee take over and not be poisoned. Joy. More poison. Isn't it great? Now, that's not to say that StarCraft Ghost wouldn't have been a good game. It probably wouldn't have, come to think of it, like, realistically. Because it would have been made as, like, a single-player experience, and people would have been like, well, okay, single-player experience, you know, it'll be fine, in quotes, except it wouldn't be. If you think about it, StarCraft, when you play it, you play the missions, yeah, it's a single-player experience because it's RTS, which helps your cognitive thinking skills and stuff like that. But if you tried to play it with, like, say, I don't know, as an RTS, not an RTS, sorry, as an FPS or a third-person shooter, a TPS. Maybe that's what the TPS reports were in Office Space. Third-person shooter reports. Maybe I'm getting off track here. Anyway, you do it as a third-person shooter, I don't think it would resonate as well as a single-player experience. Metroid, you take a look at like what Metroid did, right? Metroid was good, but it kind of had this whole... It had the whole provenance behind it of being a shooter. Whereas this did not. So, like, realistically speaking, StarCraft, well, it seems almost like a logical jump to go from, you know, RTS to shooter, because they're kind of in the same wheelhouse. Why are they getting clobbered? Like, what is this game about right now that is like, no, we done with this? See what I mean? They're just getting absolutely just clobbered. Do not kill Lee. They were aiming for it. Boy, were they aiming for it. Really? Lee's the only one dependable for hitting things with his fists. Gotta go back to town and sleep again. I mean, like, Fred got clobbered for 20-something. Chip was getting clobbered for 100 and something, or not 100, but 30. Lee was getting popped for like 18. It was ridiculous. Anyway. It seems like that logical jump, right? From, you know, RTS to third-person shooter. But it's not. Because you're looking at two completely separate genres. And you wouldn't be as immersive. Because it would be like, oh, well, we're trying to tell a story. Well, that's great, but I don't think people are lining up right now to hear the ripping tale of a ghost in StarCraft running around doing covert ops missions like a bad copy of Metal Gear Solid, right? The only reason why, for the most part, that people would be interested in like a StarCraft shooter where you play as a ghost is because, well, the majority of ghosts are female, at least the ones that stick out in the storyline. Kerrigan and, oh my god, what was her name? Nova. Kerrigan and Nova. They're the only two that really stick out. And people are just going to look at him with the skin-tight uniform and be like, and then you're going to have that whole Tracer booty controversy again. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. Like, remember ages ago, people were like, the only reason men want to play as Tracer is so they can stare at her butt. And it's like, yes. That was really it. Except for me, when I played Overwatch, I played Junkrat. Even though Overwatch is a first-person shooter, not a third-person shooter. So you couldn't even get to see Tracer's butt. But they were, you know, there was a whole bunch of people that were having a problem with it. And it's like, whatever, you want to have a problem with it, have a problem with it, right? I sat there, and I'm like, I played as Junkrat because I love the idea of trolling people with the landmines and luring them into a corner and then dying, and watching the martyrdom go off, and then they just come with me, and it's like, yeah, there you go. It's like play of the game, and it's just Junkrat dying in a corner, and the grenades go down and kill everybody. There you go. But it's kind of the thing that's like, people don't really want that in their StarCraft game. If they were to make StarCraft 3 and really emphasize on gameplay and not trying to sell each individual, like, Wings of Liberty, the Zerg expansion, and then the Protoss expansion, and they just put it all in one game and made it a price, that would be fine. Or if they made StarCraft into an MMO, that would be fine. because that kind of makes sense. Because then you could do the whole thing of like, ah, yes, so and so, you know, the Zerg, you could be this, 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 or this, and the Protoss could be this or this, you know, and you could have that, and that would actually be beneficial, because then people would try to find like class balance, and they would try to find like class differentiation. There would be, I think, a wider audience for it, because it would be a sci-fi MMO, and there's only really been one of those, which is like Eve. I could be wrong, they could have made another one, but it's probably in my blind spot right now. But EVE Online was the only like real sci-fi MMO that I remember. And so like having a sci-fi MMO almost makes sense. Especially with the way... Wow. Well, we're down to 2 people now. He was crit for 72 health. This run's not going to end very well. I was just coming over here to buy other spells. And the shark took a bite out of my characters. It will. Well, 2 down, 2 to go. It's going to be even harder for these guys to get anywhere. It's a shame. I really needed him too. Oof. That increases in evasion, which wouldn't have helped, because I would have had to have cast it on him. And it's a shame that I've already lost 2 members. Should I get ice for him? Yeah. Now he has an attack spell for level 3. Not gonna matter. I don't think I'm gonna live much longer on this game. With 3 party members, yeah. With 2 party members, it gets a little grim. It gets a little grim. Especially when you have to fight stuff like this. I mean, had I not gotten the lightning off, that would have been paralysis, dead. Effectively. Or wait until I start fighting things that have petrification. They petrify my characters and then they're deemed dead in combat. As if they both get turned to stone, they're both dead, and then it's game over. I mean, I can cure the petrification if I have soft. But other than that, it's going to be just death. Well, it's time to start nuking. It's such a shame. I wish that he didn't die. That was such a shenanigans crit. Wow, and the shenanigans continue with the miss rates and the low roll on the damage. This is ridiculous. He crits there, but... Another low roll on the damage. I'm gonna cure him just to get him ahead of the time. I was not expecting that shark to crit. That was crazy. That was some of the craziest thing I've ever seen. Ugh. Wow, the shenanigans continue. Like what is this even, right? Like, at what point does the game just stop? I guess just stop ruining my day. You know what I mean? Apparently they were fed up with me doing what I was doing. Well, the plus side, these two are gonna level quicker because there's only 2 people left, and the party can only, party has to split the experience between the remaining surviving party members. That means I can turbo level them. That might be the way to do it. You know? Gonna... Why? Like... Why? Well, we're just gonna throw out another poison snake for him. Why not? He likes him. No, I don't. At least they didn't hit me. That's a plus. Red Mage is an Alucard looking individual. It looks like, if you've never seen it, watch Hellsing. And he looks like Alucard. I still can't believe it. The fact that he got dropped with a crit is ridiculous. It's just... I have no one to blame but myself, honestly. Like... Because I could have healed him. But I didn't know the damage at which a crit would be. Right? It's like, I didn't know that the damage range on a crit from a shark would be that high. If I had known, do you think I would have just let it happen? No. I'd have been like, yeah, alright, whatever, My ineptitude. I could make it interactive and be like, one of these times I'll do a stream and it'll be this. And it will be, effectively the Ironman mode. And then I'll get people into it, and, their support, one way or the other, will be like, oh, so X amount of whatever can resurrect somebody. I won't do that, though. I like Ironman modes. I think the reason I like the whole Ironman mode idea is because it raises that whole trouble, You look at it like there's that extra sense of danger. Like any other Final Fantasy game, it's like, oh no, I lost a party member. Oh well. With this, it's like, hey, I lost a party member. Now it gets harder. Oh, good. Because, oh, yep, that's exactly what I needed. Oh, good, I just wasted a nice spell. Nice. I'm starting to think... that maybe, just maybe... This is like... what is it? what do they call it? Kaizo Mario or something like that? Or Kaiju Mario or whatever. It's a form of Mario Brothers where it's super hard. That's pretty much what this has become. The plus side is I'm spending a whole lot less on, like, Pures and healing, and which means I'll be able to get spells soon, and I'll be able to get Fire 2 and Lightning 2, and then I could go destroy things en masse. At least for a while, until I run out of spells. I don't have to buy cabins. I could sleep out in the forest like a bunch of Bear Grylls. $33 damage from an ogre. I mean, he is holding a club. Ogre, look, when I said I wanted to go clubbing, this is not what I meant, alright? I appreciate your enthusiasm, but if you just put the club down. Oh, now he gets a crit. With a small knife, too. There knows that. He hits him with a small knife, and he crits him for like 22. And he does quite a substantial amount of damage. I didn't want to go back into town. Because I have a couple of healing spells I can still cast. I think I have some rank 1 spells I can still cast. Why are they going after him? What did he do? Chip's minding his own business, and they're like, nah, brother, you gotta go. $19 from an ogre? Dude, you've got chainmail. Like, what is he... like, realistically, what is that ogre doing? Is that ogre just, like, full-on taking his club and just jamming it right into Fred's torso? With the full weight of 1,000 suns? Like, I don't get it. Why are you taking so much damage? Your absorption is 17. Your evade's 44, so that's not the best. I wonder what Lee's evasion was. What was it, 56% when he died? Couldn't have dodged that one, did you, Lee? Could have. I mean, at least you could have tried. He was out on the water, though. Can you dodge on the water? In the water? Maybe he was up against the railing of the boat. Maybe that's why he died. Oh, great. Exactly what I wanted was more spiders. It isn't, but I'm gonna... No, there goes an ice spell. That's the one thing I do like, the one quality of life improvement that came from Final Fantasy that I firmly appreciate. And they did it in, like, the Chrono Trigger era, too. Where if you miss with a spell, it targets the next thing. As well it should. It's like, it's not like I'm aiming so heavily at this that my spell goes right past everything else. It's a spell. Just kind of turn. And then fire. It's not, like... It's not rocket science, folks. One more fight and I should be able to... I should level again. Especially if it's an ogre. Or two. Wait. How many spells do I have? A couple. Hey look, an ogre or two. And there they are clubbing again. 23 damage. 38 damage. Pathetic. How about a little fire, Scarecrow? That's something I've noticed. There's not a Scarecrow mob in this game. You ever notice that? I got the bestiary right here. When I can get it out. I'm not telling my units what to do. He's got clock for another 30. Alright, there we go. Real quick, I'm going to take a look at the old thing here. Yeah. Sorry, a sandworm, Sauria, scorpion, scum, sea snake. No scarecrow. You'd figure that would be like a thing. Like animated golems. I mean, they have a golem in there, but it's, you know what I mean. Like animated harvest reaping golems, you know, that kind of thing. Blizzard even did it. Granted, that was a few years later. Point is you figured you could put that in this type of game, and would kind of wedge right in, no problem. Nevertheless, that is as far as we are making it today. We lost another member. Level 6. Go 7s in the chat for Lee. Like I said, when I fail, it is no longer an if, it is an inevitable when. When I fail, leave in the comments, what should my next party be? Thieves? Warriors? What should they be? Let me know. But I hope everybody enjoys this video, and I hope everybody enjoys this series. I love doing, like, little kitschy challenges like this. It's fun. But I hope everybody has a fantastic evening, a wonderful tomorrow, and as always, have a good one.